last year brought some, good challenges, but also some really positive results. I think the guys found through our difficult schedule that they could compete with just about any program in the country, and that was something we wanted to do. We wanted to make sure that they did wrestle some of the best wrestlers in the country and understand that they're in that space as well. And so, maybe the season didn't end the way that we as a group were hoping, or some individuals, but I think that they understood that, what they want's right in front of them, and that, if they continue to commit to putting in the work and, keeping a positive attitude about the process and not so much thinking about the outcome, that good things will come their way. This senior class is unique. One, that it's a pretty large senior class, but also that they've been through 2 iterations of CWRU wrestling during their time here. It's funny, oftentimes, you think about like, oh, you pick the class as a coach, you're doing the recruiting, and I often find myself thinking about how these guys picked me through the application process, and that's something I'm grateful for. But their leadership has grown and really improved throughout my time here. I think they came in with an understanding of what a good culture looks like and what they need to do to continuously improve our culture. So not only are they good leaders in the wrestling room and helping young guys find their pacing, but also they're really great students as well. So they're helping each other outside the classroom and helping our young guys acclimate to university life and what a college wrestling season might look like as well. So I've been really pleased to work with this group, and I'm really excited. I think we have some who are going to be in our starting lineup who have some really high goals, and not to say that we have expectations of them, but we believe that what they set out to do this year can be accomplished. What's nice is we have 2 returning regional place winners in Art Martinez and Thomas Wagner, and then we have 2 other former regional place winners in EJ Elizio and Jacob Gregg. So guys have experience, and I think that's a really important piece of the puzzle, is understanding what it's going to look like and how difficult it can be, and not letting your highs get you too high or your lows get you too low. So we don't set expectations for them. I'm not going to put any pressure on them, and they know that regardless of the results, we're going to love them up in the same way. But we do believe that we have some guys that are some of the best wrestlers in the country, and when the time comes that we're at the regional tournament, they're going to have the ability to make it to the national tournament in March. So, for us, a big goal is we haven't had a national qualifier in here in over a decade. I think it's been 12 years since Isaac Dukes made the nationals and got on the podium for the 3rd time. So that's something that we talk about regularly, is, who's going to set the standard for this era of CWRU wrestling. Really nice group of first-year student athletes on our team. So it's the largest recruiting class during my time here. We have 9 first-year students, and coming from various areas across the country, a lot of East Coast guys. So they've definitely been bringing some new energy to the wrestling room. We have some really high-level guys that we've been really excited about, watching them scrap with some of our older guys. So for us, a big thing was increasing our numbers in a quality portion, and not just looking at quantity and filling out our roster. We wanted to bring in guys that were high character individuals who we felt would help make our team better, and I think that's exactly what we did. These young guys are doing really well. Like, they're finding themselves and understanding what the college lifestyle might look like, but especially what being a college wrestler is looking like as well. So we've been pretty pleased with their work capacity. They're finding out, like, hey, I belong here, and I can lead this team as well. And that's something we talk about, is it doesn't matter if you're a senior or a freshman, you have the opportunity to lead within our program. So it's been fun working with these guys, and I'm really excited to see what they're able to do. We compete this weekend for the first time, and something that's always really, really special is watching some of these first-year wrestlers get their first college win. So that's something I'm looking forward to. Bringing in additional resources for our student athletes was really important to me. One of our new assistant coaches, Jordan Decatur, he's what we would consider a lighter weight wrestler. So he wrestled in the 141, 133 pound weight divisions in college. So being able to get his hands on some of our lighter guys and work with them and a little bit more of a hands-on capacity that maybe myself and Coach Freeman and some of our other heavier coaches have done has been really beneficial. But Jordan has some really high-level technique. He's been around some of the best wrestlers in the world, and he's been able to bring that into our practice room. Another new addition to our staff is Joe Terry, who's a PhD student at Case Western Reserve. He's primary researcher for one of the research projects that Marty Landez, who's a senior, is working on. And so having that relationship's been good. And, he's able to get in there and roll around with guys. But ultimately, it's just about giving them, additional mentorship and people that they can look to when they need some help, whether it be in the, in the mat room or really anywhere in their life. So having more hands and eyes and ears has been really beneficial for us, and it helps me as a head coach to be able to lean on those guys as well. So upping our numbers from a coaching staff perspective has been really great. I'm looking forward to all of them. We talk a lot. The most important one's the next one. So I'm looking forward to just watching these guys go out and put the work and utilize the work that they put in, and hopefully they have positive outcomes. Some things that really come to mind. This year we're trying something new. We're going to the chocolate duels at Messiah University for a large dual meet event, and I'm looking forward to getting to wrestle some teams that we don't traditionally get to see throughout the year, just because they're in a little bit of a different location and a different region than us. Always look forward to going to the Pete Wilson Wheaton tournament. And when we're there, we get to go to dinner at Jim Trevelin's house, one of our really supportive alumni. So that's always a fun event. And I'm also looking forward to the UAA championships. We switched the format and are going back to a dual meet format. So I'm excited to watch our team compete in that as well in New York City. If we are able to achieve our goals at the end of the year and compete in the national tournament and put guys onto the All-American podium like we believe we have the opportunity to do, it's going to be because the team came together, and it's built based on love and compassion and courage and the culture that we've created. I think them coming together and understanding that doing hard things together and working through a college wrestling season, which is no easy feat in and of itself, that'll help get you better as much as getting the reps in the wrestling room and pushing hard and working hard and getting yourself as tired as possible. I mean, those are all things that we as coaches are going to put them through. We're going to challenge them physically and mentally, but if we're going to achieve our goals, I think it's because our group is going to come together as a collective and decide that this is just who we are, and it's what we do. And I don't necessarily have a secret sauce to that, but I do think if we can create this culture of love that I think that we're doing, good things will come from it.